Hello, everybody. My name is Oliver Wiedmaier, founder of Voyage Trading Group. You can find me on X at Ollie _ all caps. So what we're going to do in this video is a end of week recap. Going to discuss my current portfolio, explain all of the trades that I took this week. Everything has been time stamped in my trading service. I'm going to discuss each and every one of these alerts, explain how I got to the conclusion to enter a trade, how I came to the conclusion to either take a partial or sell. So if you are a momentum trader, you like to buy on pullbacks, or you like to trade around big gap ups, then this hopefully will be a good resource for you to learn kind of the execution and management part of my system. And if it's something that aligns with you, maybe you can take some of it away from you. If this is something you want to learn more about, you can watch more of my videos. If you want to join the Discord, then you are free to do that. So current positions. So off the bat, I do have a ETF strategy when it comes to bull and bear markets. So for bull markets, I want to look for leverage ETFs that take advantage of either the SPY or the NASDAQ. In this case, I do have SSO, which is a 2 times leverage of the SPY. I have a current portfolio position of about 14%, and we have about a 13% gain on it. The average gain is 8%. That's because I've had some buys and some sells. I also have a position in TNA, which is a triple leverage ETF for small caps. This trades with the IWM. So again, the thought process here is the small caps have been underperforming for about 5 years. There's been some really fantastic relative strength in small caps. So I found a low risk entry right at 33.71. And so I put that position on. I have since added to it a little bit. And so we'll discuss that. So let's start there. So my SSO position, the entry was on June 23rd. The entry was 92.60. I saw nice clean momentum here, pulls back, nice tight closes, clear level of support against that $90 level. And when it undercut and closed higher, this is kind of an engulfing reversal. I took advantage of that. I like to buy whenever their resistance becomes support. So I do have this line across that chart that kind of shows that. So I took that position there. I did take a partial at 3R on 7/11. So that was this day here. The partial was at 99.56. And then I put on 2 more small adds, one on August 4th and then one on August 6th. So my current average on SSO is 97.37. So 97.37. So under this shakeout here. So I do have that set for a break even. And technically speaking, there's some clear support here. So that aligns really well with my current cost. So if this does break lower, I do think getting out would be the smart way to do. Even with an ETF strategy, you never want to be underwater on it. So for TNA, TNA, again, triple leverage. I bought on the right side of this coming here, but then I sold as it broke that level. Very similar to what I just explained with SSO. If it starts to break down some of those higher lows, then I want to get out. So then I re-entered on August 4th. My entry was 33.71. So just as it reclaimed that 50-day moving average and cleared that high on August 1st, I entered. And then I added again on August 12th. And my current cost is 34.20. So under this big nice gap up. So I am going to use this nice big accumulation bar here as a level for me to define my risk. So let's discuss some of the trades that I put on, or let's discuss all of the trades. So starting with August 11th. So I put on Galaxy at 30.09. So I dang near top ticked this level. So I bought literally at the top, and then I did cut it at 29.65. So I did not wait for it to be a too big of a loss. I did cut it as I saw that it was reversing. Whenever you see a stock having multiple wicks, generally speaking, you want to avoid at all costs. I, however, did want to try to take advantage of that because typically what happens is there are a lot of short sellers here. Okay. And if you can clear that resistance and then continue higher, the shorts will get trapped and then you can get into a little bit of a squeeze. So that's what I was going for. It didn't work. I cut it fairly quickly and moved on to the next trade. So on August 12th, I did buy Meta. This was a what I call a delay entry. So there was this nice big gap up here. And then I'm looking for an entry for the next 2 to 10 days, but I need to have at least 2 tight days, and I want to see a clear level of support. So that's what I got. I took the entry at 782, so just as it was clearing over there, clearing this level here. So I got 782.21, somewhere around there. I did have a really big position on. I started with a 65% position, so really big. So I was really looking to take a peel as quickly as possible. I did take a peel at 788.24, and that was at 1R. I quickly moved my stop to break even, and then it came down and got stopped out at break even after that big peel. So the reason why I traded so aggressive with that was because typically I want to buy pullbacks into the slower moving averages. Now, if I'm going to buy a pullback, let's say a pullback here, this is a pullback into that moving average. I am looking to swing that for 3 to 5 days. But if I am trying to take advantage of this kind of momentum that's built around a large gap up, typically there's going to be some air between your faster and your slower moving averages. When that does happen, I tend to be a lot more quick and active with those positions. So that's why that was a quicker sell than typical. VRT. So I did take a position here on August 12th. It was near the end of the day at 144.22. 143.78. And so again, I'm looking for nice tight action. Don't need to be super precise when it comes to your support and resistance, but what I would like to see is at least 3 to 5 days of clear support and resistance. Here we had a level at 142, the high of that day, which was 143.14. So I just bought a few cents higher at 143.78 and had a nice strong close, decent volume on the day. The next day, gap up and sold off. I did take a full stop. So I try not to take full stops, but it is the reality of trading. So that was a full stop. Joby. Joby was taken also on August 12th, right here. Same scenario. I bought at the end of the day. It showed that it was able to clear over these 2 days tight, which is what I like to see. This lime green is a 4 EMA. I want to see that 4 EMA tick up. So I'm always looking to buy when the 4 EMA is ticking up after a period of it trending lower. So in an ideal situation is the 9 flattens out, the 21 flattens out, and then that 4 EMA curves down and then ticks up. That is what I really want to see when I trade pullbacks. So what happened was I bought on August 12th, and then I moved Joby stop loss to 1768, which was the low of that day, and then I got stopped on Joby. So as it moved a little bit higher, I moved my stop loss up, and then it broke it broke lower, and then it stopped me out. So this was a very small stop. Did not take a full stop on Joby. Verb. This trade here is a very interesting trade. I bought it at the end of the day on August 14th, 1863, using the low of the day as a stop loss. What happened was, the very next day, on August 15th, I noticed that there was absolutely no volume coming in. You can see these candles. There's no volume. Sorry, here. There's no volume here. So when I saw that on the intraday chart that there was absolutely no volume, I decided to get out. I figured, okay, this stock isn't going to move, so I'm going to get out. Of course, 20 minutes later, volume picks up and it moves much higher. I took a very small loss on that, barely break even, but I did miss on the greater move. That's okay. I traded my system. It's no big deal. If I don't want money tied up. So if I see that a stock's not moving, I'm just going to get out. Do I miss moves? Of course I do. It's no big deal. It's a part of trading. I did get long on IREN, also on the 14th. Now, this particular stock, nice 2 days tight here. That same 4 EMA is flat and then ticks up. Nice volume. I get long near the end of the day at 1893. Now the next day, what happens? The next day, it trades lower. I honored my stop loss, and then it moves up higher, and then it gets another accumulation day. So my first target is gonna be at new high 2150. That will get me a decent 2R, just under 2R on that. This is a full position, so this will be a nice little gain. If it's very strong into new highs, I'll just take a partial. But if it seems to be getting caught up or getting smacked down even, I'll just get out fully. But I'm totally fine with 2R and 3R trades. I typically have better luck getting out of trades at 2 and 3R because a lot of the time in the volatile market you see round trips. So I'm fine turning over my account. I do have a decent win rate. This week was 45% win rate, but my rolling 30-day moving average on my win rate is around 70%. So I can afford 2R, 3R, and just really turn over the account. I did buy CRWV, which was kind of more of an opportunistic trade. This isn't a pullback or a gap up. What I saw was that it was gapping down 3 days in a row. And I saw right before the open, I saw this really big uptick here. So I saw this uptick here, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm just going to use that as my risk level. So I bought at the open, smash the buy button right at the open, half position using 93.3 as my stop loss, and it worked right away. It worked right away, decent size, and I did take a partial. Let's see here, sold 60% at 101.25. So 101.25. So somewhere right around 101.25. So right, I kind of got the top of there pretty decently. And so now I've moved my stop to break even, and I'm going to let this thing trade. I do expect, or I am planning on trading this to the underside of that 21-day moving average. So if I'm able to nail that, let's say 21-day moving average, somewhere around there, that would be a 8R trade. So we'll see how that plays out. And then lastly, one more trade, Zeta. So this is an awesome setup here. So I love trading when a stock has a big gap up. It's showing strong RS. Okay, and then again, I'm looking for some tight action I'm looking for the moving averages to flatten out. I want to see that 4 EMA tick up and then take that entry. I took the entry at 1857, so a little bit higher, 1857 here. And I have not taken a partial yet. So we'll see. If this wants to trade to new high, then we will get ourselves a about 3R. So that is perfectly aligned with my system. There was one more, Carvana. So I did try Carvana, but same thing. I bought it on August 15th. But when I bought it up in this area. I bought it at 747. So I bought it here, 740 coming through here. So I bought it coming through here, 350, 90. So I bought it as it was breaking through this high here. It immediately came down, and then as it started, I watched it as it started to break down. I got out. So this was, a Chipotle bowl. I will continue to monitor it. I'm going to have an alert set for around there. And if it can uptick here, you can see that the 4 EMA has not upticked yet. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is an awesome setup here. You have clear level of support. You have that EMAs flattened out. You have that gap up. Okay. That's what I'm looking for, and I want to see a big breakout on volume through there. So that's all I have for now. I hope there was something that you took away from this. If there's any questions, let me know. You can find me on Twitter, or you can see me in the Discord. Thank you.